With a push of a button, water begins cascading down a waterfall in Colorado. But it's not the kind of waterfall you'd encounter in nature. This one's located inside what looks like an airplane hangar at Colorado State University.
We're sort of the hitmen of the hydraulics industry. We take on projects that are tough, that people aren't quite sure how to solve.
Chris Thornton heads the school's hydraulics lab, which is testing the design of a new spillway for a dam.
It will be the tallest, steepest step spillway in the world when it's constructed.
It will go here at Gross Reservoir outside Boulder, Colorado. Beginning in 2021, Denver Water will begin raising the dam 40 meters, a $464 million project that will provide 95 million cubic meters of new water storage for the public utility. This project is mainly about resilience. Currently, Denver Water relies primarily on water sources south of the city. This northern water supply is greatly underutilized.
Having more storage availability helps us really have more flexibility.
And a stronger hand, Denver Water's Jeff Martin says, in dealing with the uncertainties of a changing climate. Dry, fire-plagued summers in the past have drained area reservoirs.
We really scrambled to make sure that we didn't run out of water at that time.
That's the Colorado River. The water for the new Gross Dam will come from the Colorado River, which starts here in the Rocky Mountains and flows through 7 states and Mexico. 40 million Americans rely on this waterway, which is severely stressed downstream.
The demands on the river exceed the reliable flow of the river. That's a problem. You make that problem worse every time you take more water out of the system.
Water expert Doug Kenny says population growth and other water projects in the U.S. West could drain the river further. He doesn't fault Denver Water. Still, he says,
one person's action on a river system almost inevitably affects somebody else.
Opponents of the Gross expansion, including neighbors who argue it'll be a big nuisance, are fighting it in court.
We need to stop this craziness of trying to further drain, destroy rivers, and go to Plan B, which is focused on water conservation, which is faster, easier, and cheaper than building new dams.
Denver Water claims the Gross project, along with conservation and water reuse, is essential to protecting its water supply, and that the Colorado can be safeguarded too.
When the water is at its highest levels in the spring is when we plan to take the water out of the system and bring it over to Gross Reservoir.
Meantime, testing on the model for the new dam spillway that will serve 1.4 million customers continues.
There's a lot of pieces that went into building this structure. It's a very complicated geometry.
As complicated as the issues surrounding the water that gushes through it. Water that's our lifeline every single day. Hendrik, Sybrandy, CGTN, Boulder, Colorado.